it's really not fair, right? We can talk all day about bias and gray hair. We can talk about racism and ageism and sexism. Unfortunately, it matters. And so my job is to be straight with you. Humans like to connect with human beings. LinkedIn, right or wrong, has a photo space, and maybe one day they won't. You could argue they shouldn't, but you need a photo. There's just no excuse. And any profile, and they've done the tests with a photo, does better than one without a photo or a bad photo. And I'm about to show you the Bad Photos Hall of Fame. Before I do that, I'll also tell you that it's very disconcerting when the photo is 20 years ago and the headhunter gets on a video call with the person and they look completely different than the photo. I think it's kind of like bait and switch, right? When the photo of the individual looks very professional, and then we get on the LinkedIn, or sorry, the Zoom video, and they've got a goatee and long unkept hair and a Hawaiian t-shirt, and you could say, yes, we all work at home during COVID, that's great. But there's just that first 5 seconds during the most important 5 seconds, your first impression, where I'm looking at your LinkedIn profile, I'm looking at you, and they don't match, and it feels like bait and switch. So I would do everything possible, not just to make sure that you look great on your video interviews, and there's other ways to talk about doing that, but to make sure that's reflected in what you look like right now in your photo. So here's what you don't want to do. Don't do these things, please. The first one is blurry. Blurry photos, not so good, right? 5 years ago, we had an excuse. Now you have an iPhone. There's no excuse, right? You could give a 3-year-old your camera and have your 3-year-old take 50 pictures, and you guaranteed can pick one that looks really good. That's your worst case, okay? Second is a screen grab of some sort. I don't know why people do this, but they do, and this is not helping. Again, humans connect, the human mind is designed to connect with human faces, just as dogs connect to dog shapes and faces. When you put an article in an area that someone's expecting to see your face, it's not working for you. Okay, number 3, proportions are squeezed. When you upload your photo and then you go to your profile to check it out and it looks like this, don't be lazy and say, it's good enough, I've got a photo. It's not working. So don't let that happen. And also, don't take the photo from a mile away. There's a lot of photos like this. I don't know if it's because the person doesn't want to be seen up close, or they make it look like maybe they're an adventure taker. I don't know what it is, but it's not helping. Okay, number 5, unprofessional, probably the most common, right? Wedding shots, beer shots, party shots, group shots. LinkedIn is a professional network. These should be on your Facebook account, although be very careful there because recruiters are now stalking you on Facebook as well. And there's a lot of candidates that lose the job or even lose consideration because of what's on their social network. So be careful about that. But certainly on your LinkedIn, they're looking for a professional photo. Photo's not a square. So a lot of people will take a photo and somehow shove it in to this square shape or circular shape as LinkedIn is, and the margins don't work, and so that's going to hold you back too. Can't see the face, so it's some kind of action shot. Also, poor lighting, that'll do you in. Some kind of logo of your company or something else, not going to work, and a tiny photo is not going to work. So the point is, have a photo. It needs to be a good photo. It's really not hard to do, and it may not be fair, but that's just the way of the world right now. You don't want to have an amazing LinkedIn profile that is then doomed from consideration. So let me switch over to our friend here, Simon, and I'm not going to critique Simon's profile, but I'm going to show you a few opportunities for improvement. So his face shot is actually perfect, right? It's kind of professional, perfect distance, it's awesome. What could be a great opportunity for Simon though is his second photo. So you may not realize this, but this blue area is the default LinkedIn background, and your profile may have one. You can now upload another photo in its place, and it can be much more impactful because it really conveys, a picture tells 1,000 words, and it really conveys a story. It might be a photo that reflects your your industry, your profession, your city. I wouldn't make it anything personal, like you're a surfer, so I wouldn't have you see surfing. That's not what a headhunter really cares about, but something tied to your area of expertise. So that's a lost opportunity.